And it's Ken Kraetzer for CaMMVetsMedia. We cover cadets, midshipmen, the military, and veterans proudly since 2008. And we are really pleased to have a chance to talk with the head coach of Army hockey, and that is Brian Riley. Coach, good to see you. You got a big game on Saturday night against the Royal Military College of Canada.
Yeah, Ken. Well, first of all, it's great to be with you. A lot of people don't realize this is the longest international rivalry in college sports. There was a time when this was kind of the Army-Navy game for Army hockey. You know, growing up as a kid, and every year it would be the last game of the season. Uh, when RMC came down, their coach would stay at our house, and when my dad went up to Kingston, he would stay at their coach's house, and the cadets would live with each other on the weekend. But then the rivalry got so intense that we probably felt it's not such a good idea to keep guys paired with each other. But a great rivalry nonetheless, and should be good for the folks here to see on Saturday.
Well, this certainly goes back a long way in athletics at West Point, and your dad coached for many years in the series. What is it? Why is it? It's very unique to play a team just from Canada, much less
Yeah.
another military college. What makes it? What makes this these games special for you?
Well, I think, Ken, anytime, and if you've watched hockey over the years, anytime you have US versus Canada, there's just I guess, a level of intensity, because as US players, you're trying to prove to the Canadians who look at hockey as their sport, you're trying to prove to them that we can play the sport well, and it just brings out, like, I guess the word, like I said, is an intensity level that we don't see during most of our other games.
Very good. I actually got up to the Thousand Islands region of New York State, and I sort of figured out where the Royal Military College is. It's just across the St. Lawrence River, kind of
Yeah.
like West Point on an old outpost, which had military significance years ago.
Yeah, it's I mean, Kingston's a beautiful city. And obviously we always go up there in January, and it's cold and snowy, and I can only imagine what it's like up there in the spring and summer. But much like West Point, when you're up there and you're going around their campus, you can feel the history and tradition that is there at the Royal Military College.
And certainly, as in Army, Navy, Army, Air Force competitions, the team you play will understand what the cadets do at West Point to train and their futures in the Army and their training for careers in the Canadian military.
Yeah, I mean, it's often said that years down the road that these guys will ultimately be on the same team, and they could find themselves shoulder to shoulder in some foreign land. But if you do, you want to make sure that you have the bragging rights when you run into each other. So there's a lot of pride at stake here, and uh, it should be, like always, a real bitter, hard, intense game.
Well, it certainly is Canada, one of the great allies of the United States for so many years. And coach, tell us a little bit about your team coming off the two games against Air Force, better game on Saturday. How do you feel set for this weekend?
Well, that was really disappointing. You know, I liked our response on Saturday, halfway through the game, to get back in that game. That's twice this month where we've scored 6 goals and lost the games. Like we scored 6 against Penn State, lost 7-6. We scored 6 against Air Force and lost 7-6. That just shouldn't happen. So we have a young team. It's obviously a process-driven year. It seems like we take one step forward, one step back. But nonetheless, like, we're really excited about the youth of our team and the experience that they're getting, and you know, how they're playing. So I definitely think the future is bright, and hopefully next year when we get another crack at Air Force, it'll be different results.
We got a very young team this year. Tell us about for fans who may not have been able to get to a game yet, who are some of your key players on offense and defense this year?
Yeah, so I think, you know, first of all, up front, you have Joey Baez, who I saw something the other day. Since Christmas, he's the highest scoring forward in the country, and he missed 3 games because of injury. Um, you have Max Itagaki up front, who is climbing the ladder with the points in Atlantic hockey. He was Atlantic hockey's Rookie of the Year last year. And then we have a handful of plebe forwards that are all playing big minutes for us. So that's why it's so exciting. On defense, we don't have one senior. We don't have one firstie. Again, we have a lot of young guys playing. Andrew Gilbert he's a cow. He's a junior for us that plays a lot of minutes. John Driscoll's a yearling that, again, it had been logging, I think, top 3 minutes in the country for defensemen. And we have a plebe defenseman, Matt Godowski, who had to miss the first 6 games. And since he's come in the lineup, I think average points per game for a defenseman, he's right up there, tops in the country. So, like I said, the future is bright. We have a lot of really good young players that are gaining valuable experience this year.
Hey, tell us a little bit about your goaltending so far.
Yep. So Gavin Abrook, firstie, you know, he's come off 2 outstanding years. This year probably hasn't gone exactly how he would have liked, but like I said to him the other day, his last chapters wearing an Army hockey uniform are yet to be written. So I'm excited to see how he finishes here. Evan Zari came into the year really not playing a game and took over the #1 spot. He got hurt right before Christmas, but is back healthy, and he's won some big games for us. So we're going to need real good goaltending coming down the stretch, and if it's one of them or both of them together, alternating, whatever it's going to take. But if we're going to have success as we get ready to go in the playoffs at the end of the month, those guys are going to have to be good.
Absolutely. And question for you: you are a leader in college hockey, so well respected across all of college hockey. I saw a note about the women's Beanpot tournament this week, drew 10,000 people to the arena up in Boston. And what a milestone that was for women's college hockey in the Boston area, that they got 10,000 people to one of the Beanpot games.
Oh, you know what? I actually watched some of that the other night. I mean, you're trying to grow the sport, you know, with boys, girls, and to see college hockey, how it's grown within the women's ranks, and it's really, really exciting to have 10,000 people at the Beanpot. I think kind of shows you the direction of women's college hockey, and it's certainly exciting to see. And I think the future is really bright for college hockey on the women's side.
Very good, Coach. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you at West Point on Saturday night for the featured game against Royal Military College of Canada. Any final thought on what the fans can expect to see that on Saturday night?
No, I think you'll get a feel of the fans for the history and tradition of the game. So I hope they all come out. It'll be a great event, and I'm counting on you to bring us some good luck, Ken.
We're looking forward to being there. Coach, always good to chat. Appreciate your time, and we'll see you on Saturday night. And this is Ken Kraetzer for CaMMVetsMedia. We cover cadets, midship, and the military and veterans proudly since 2008. Thanks for watching.